How's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to be talking about finding accommodation when you land here in Canada or you're planning on coming to Canada. The whole process on actually finding an accommodation. So, hope you enjoy. One of the first thing I would definitely advise is you can probably do Airbnb for like a week or 2 weeks. And even in the Airbnb you're going to be doing, you don't want to be too, you don't want to go too, you don't want to look for a place that is too expensive. Look for something that within a reasonable range. And if you go look for a very cheap place, it's actually a good way to know some of the rough neighborhood. Because I've done that before, whereby I got an Airbnb at, I think I went to Ottawa or something to go renew my Nigerian passport, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to be as cheap as possible. Like, oh my god, that area no be here. So you don't want to be too cheap, especially if you're coming with your wife and kids. You know, you don't want to expose them to stuff like that. So you want to rent a place at a reasonable price, not too expensive, or depends on whatever you want. But you don't want to go too cheap when you're actually renting on Airbnb. That's and you want to obviously check the reviews. Make sure the reviews is nothing less than, let's say, 50 reviews wherever you're going. And so that's that in regards to where you're going to stay for, let's say, the first 2 weeks. Don't go too expensive, but it's up to you. Anyways, whatever you want to do. Come with your driver's license. If you can come with your driver's license, the first 2 days when you're in town, you can actually go to a registry, get your license sorted out. They will get you maybe a paper copy right away. And to actually get a vehicle in Canada is really easy. And even if, let's say, you're in Nigeria or any part of Africa, you can actually go on Kijiji. If you can get a VPN, you can actually switch your location to Canada to make it easy for you. I don't really think you need VPN, but just look around and see price range of cars. Because another thing here in Canada is that if you have a vehicle, it makes the stress level, like, it brings it down really well. Like, you're driving around, you're just going to get familiar with the driving around. You have a phone already, so you can always use your GPS on your phone. So even getting a job, moving around like from place to place, you will be able to, that won't be an issue at all. All you need to do is just get familiar with the driving. And vehicles are really cheap. You can get a vehicle for like $1,000. You can get a vehicle for $2,000. That will be in a really good shape. You can just take to a Jiffy Lube or just do quick oil change. Something that would last for a year for sure. That won't be a problem at all. So that's one thing you should put in mind, because that vehicle will definitely be able to drive it around to different locations to go take a look at houses. And when you go to any apartment you see, I would definitely recommend you look around the neighborhood. What do you think of the neighborhood? How close is it to a grocery store? Is it a walking distance? How close is it to the park? Can you guys walk around to a park with your kids and stuff like that? How close is it to school? Is it a walking distance that your kids can actually do on their own? Or you would definitely rely on taxi or vehicle. So the very first week, I know for a fact you can get a vehicle. If you put your mind into it or you're prepared for it, you can get a car, a minivan or a car for $1,000 to $2,000 for a fact here in Canada, and will be in a really good decent shape. So that's one thing you should put in mind, and this will definitely help you driving around to go look at houses. It will make the whole process really easy. And one of the things you don't want to do is depend on people. Like, people would definitely, like, you don't want to depend on people. That's a fact. Like waiting for Mr. So, Sister So, when she get back from work, she will drive us to go look at houses or stuff like that. Or you don't want that. You don't want to be that guy. You understand? It's stressful already going to work, and coming back is just a nice break for some people. These are the people that will actually tell you, yeah, just take this place. This place is nice, because they don't want to be driving you around every single day. You understand what I'm saying? This place is nice. You should see the place Mr. So they stay. This place even nice. Like when I first start, when I first say get here, no be this kind of place I get. Like you get luck, and force you to get a place. And also, just so you know, if you're coming alone, you don't even need to get a place that is like, let's say you thinking of getting a one bedroom, because in Nigeria we used to get, it depends anyways. So some people are actually used to staying in their own room, have a big compound, have a big house or stuff like that. Here, just have it in mind that there's a good chance you might, if you're coming alone, for example, there's a good chance you might actually have to live with people in the house. Rent just one room and shared bathroom. That is normal here. Don't let anybody deceive you. That is normal till you upgrade yourself and move to a more comfortable place for yourself. But for the beginning, you have to actually have your own room, shared bathroom in some cases, or you can rent the old basement or something like that, shared or stuff like that, or shared kitchen. That is normal. Shared what's it called, fridge. All this I'm talking about are things that I've experienced myself. So so these are things you should put in mind, that it's no big deal at all. So, and in some cases it could actually be on a good or on a positive side when you're actually sharing with people, because they would show you around. If you have really good roommates, they will show you around the area. You can ask them what you guys do for work. They can hook you up with jobs. And if you're a really hard worker, man, that's you're golden. Easily you'll be able to get reference that way. You'll be able to build reference that way. Canadian experience. So that's things you should put in mind. So I think if you have a vehicle, you have your license, you're able to drive around, you'll easily be able to find a place to stay. And have in mind that you're gonna be paying for, you're actually gonna be paying for damage deposit too. Even if you're gonna be having roommates or whatever, you're still gonna actually have to have pay for damage deposit. And most of the time, your damage deposit will be the same amount as the rent. In most places, and sometimes it could be lower. But if someone is asking you damage deposit of 2 months, 3 months, just it's a scam. That's a fact. So you don't wanna waste your time at all. And these are questions you need to ask even before you go look at the place. When you call, what's the damage deposit? Okay, how long is this place still available and stuff like that. And some places might actually still have tenants staying in the place. They just want to make sure they have people that will take the place as soon as this person leave. If not, they're gonna have to pay the mortgage from their own pocket. So this is something you should put in mind. And another thing too you should put in mind is some places you might actually go take a look at is, it depends on what you want. It could be empty apartment, or some condominium could actually be furnished. I prefer getting the ones that are furnished. If you can afford it, you can actually get some places that are furnished. And sometimes, man, like, you can actually get book these places and just start looking for a job. You will be able to afford it, for a fact, by the grace of God. Anyways, don't be shy. Like, everybody has their own story, so don't be, you can go as cheap as you want. Just live within your means for now, and pray about everything, and for sure things is going to work out, for a fact. And if you cannot get a vehicle, just get a bus pass, and you have to get familiar with that. And like, my very first year I came to Canada, I actually had to go buy a vehicle because it was just too cold for me. Like, that's another story for another day. It was just beyond cold for me. Like, I'm talking about when I went to buy the vehicle, like, now only one question I get, like, does the heater work? As soon as I tested it, like, I bought the vehicle. So that's one thing you should also, that's why I definitely recommend you buy a vehicle. A lot of people are thinking, oh, if I want to buy a vehicle, when you see people when they drive nice car, oh, now that one I want, now that one, no. Relax, calm down, okay? Just buy something practical that will get you from point A to point B. Something practical. Like, I was driving a minivan, and just driving a van, it was very practical for all of us, and we were all adults when we came to Canada. So imagine if you have kids. So these are things you should put in mind. Don't look anybody. You have your own journey to focus on. So that's my tip for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you like it. And if you like it, click the like button and subscribe. Let's grow this channel together. And if you have any suggestion or hope this video was able to help, you can put it in the comment section. I would like to hear your opinion. And if you have suggestion on what video I can make, let me know. I wish you all the best. Peace.